Hello YouTubers and welcome back to our Middle-Aged Dominions 5 1v1 game with Agartha versus Ulm. We are now in turn 21, early winter in the year 1 of the Ascension Wars. We have searched for magic sites and we found one in Bay Pond. It is Mercury Pond. I don't remember what that one is, but we have our invest increasing in Weeping Wood still. We will do something about that eventually, don't worry. But right now, let's check out the battles. So, I raided Ulm again in the forest, and this time he saw me coming, or at least moved into where I was raiding. So we have a little bit of a PD, and then 38 of these Black Knights. They will absolutely murder everything that we have, and then that was in the Glade Woods. So I was expecting him to move his knights out. He stayed where he was, and then we lost our little raiding group. That's fine though. We are being attacked by Ulm here, and that is a loss for us in the deep forest. That's behind where we raided before. So he loses a Blackblade infantry to that. That's pretty interesting. Oh, there must be friendly fire. So that's something. We can make him kill his own units by putting in a bit of PD. And you gotta consider that I put in 1 PD here, 1 gold worth of PD, and it made him lose 10 gold. So if you ever consider whether or not it's worth putting in 1 PD, yes, it is always worth putting in 1 PD in your province. And we also get an accurate estimation of his army in that province, right? And yeah, and if he doesn't take it, we have 1 PD there the turn after, and so on and so forth. You can always put in 1 gold worth of PD. Never ever don't do it. There was a battle in the Great Dunes. This is us, poking his army with a scout just to see... What am I doing? Oh, this is in case he didn't put in a PD and moved his army away. So that is not what happened. I set my scout to attack. Oh, is he gonna get away? No, he got 37 damage. He got murdered by a Black Lord. That's fine. So we were just checking to see whether he would move out. He didn't, and he didn't have any PD. So yeah, could have been a pickup if he had moved out. And then there's a battle down here. This is in his Throne province, and there's only 2 gold worth of PD. Some barbarians. They shouldn't do anything to us, and they don't. There's an unexpected event in Blackdale. We lose province income. Too bad. We have completed a fortress up here in Armand Forest. Nice. Patrolling troops to do, and Bernard's brave men have been bought and will fight for our cause this in 2 more months. So we've bought a bunch of mercenaries down here. And these are pikeneers, so they have experience and a decent pike attack that can actually probably damage Ulm's armies. With a piercing damage weapon, you lower the enemy's armor by 20%. So if it's 23 armor, 20% is about 5. Putting it at sort of 17. So on average, they will do some damage to an Ulmish infantry, which is good enough. Right, and they have a length 5 weapon, which is really, really good. And we have 30 of them in here. So that's nice. Bernard the Brave will be assisting us a little bit. He's got tough skin himself, so protection, a whopping 20, almost at Ulm level. And we're building more units in here. Are we recruiting? We are. Alright. Let's look at that magic site that we found in Bay Pond. We found a Mercury Pond, which is 2 mortar gems. Very nice. So Pippin is here. We are now, we have a lab in here now. We've had that for 1 turn, but we are in turn 21 here. We are. Good. We're building the castle up to the next level. And yeah. Pippin will move into the water now. He took the ring of water breathing. We'll move out. Let's look at the water region. We took the throne from, and this is the throne of law, and we could claim it, but he has an army of 100 units here, and crossbowmen, Black Knights, mostly crossbowmen, but this army cannot fight that. So he's here. He will be moving into the throne province for sure. So I'm just going to be moving up along the coast into Bogaton, shutting down production in Bogaton, maybe even popping the fort. And yeah, just shutting down production and just being a general nuisance. This province is worth 67 income, and that means we have taken 67 income from him. More than that because of unrest lowering it. And then we have gained 67 income. So it's a difference of like 150 gold for just doing that. And we put in a bit of PD. I think you could probably even go more. Like it's at this point I'm paying 4 gold for 2 barbarians. Barbarians normally cost 13 gold, and they hit like trucks. So you could probably even go further. Like, do you want to pay 7 gold for 2 barbarians? Hell yeah! So I don't know. You can throw gold into this kind of thing, and it will maybe cause him to do friendly fire to himself. I think the 3 is fine. It's like paying 3 gold for 2 barbarians is definitely worth it. Like they might not even do anything, but they might kill 1 unit, and then you pay 3 gold to kill one 10 gold unit, right? Maybe more. You never know. They won't win. Like I don't have any illusions of victory. Look at the deep forest and the great wood. This little stretch of wood is commanded by Ulm now, and he's pushing on us. Now this army is moving up behind. If he unites those 2 armies in here, it could be a little bit worrying. We have a decent army down here, and they will be uniting the 2 Hearts troops here and something from here. We will move this guy back up to the Green Harbor, probably to build a fort. We have unrest increasing in here, but we are recruiting troops in here now, and I think the idea is to recruit troops, then move something, maybe from here. Yeah, we're gonna converge. We're just gonna recruit in these 2 provinces, move all of it in here, then get a captain in, and start patrolling every turn until we find that spy and eliminate it. Because clearly it's gonna stay here and keep raising unrest. That's an excuse for us to build an army up in the north. Are we really moving forward here? We are going to attack into Ashenton, apparently. So we have these 2 guys here, Basalt and Vitius, our prophet. And they will be pushing down here to challenge whatever he had here. Is this where we poked with the scout? Where did we do that? In the Great Dunes. Where is this? Here. Okay, all the way. Ah, because I think the army was up here. And we had the scout in here, seeing that there was no province defense. So interesting that I'm choosing to move down now. Yeah, so the scout poked because we could see that there was no province defense, so we might have gotten this province behind him, but he moved his army back and more in, converging troops into Great Dunes. Now we are pushing forward here with 54 units, and if he moves this entire stack up, yeah, that will not go well for us, I think. Interesting choice. But we are moving in here. We have 2 good mages supporting against this no mages, but 12 Black Knights is worrying with 2 Black Lords. It's not the best army, but 72 units. He almost doubles our number. We don't have that many shot guards. It's mostly chaff. So I don't agree with my own move here, but oh well. They might be lucky and get something done. Probably better to stay and then, or like, since he moved away, we should move away. We are building a lab, a palisade, and a temple in here at the same time, so that this province is up and running in a turn. When we're done with producing units in here, we should have moved this army up here for sure. We are doing some logistics in the back here. I think I'm producing units up here, not a lot. And we're getting golem crafters up here now to move out and side search more. We have a decent enough group of mages here now. Conrad researching. We're forging a black steel tower shield. Again for kitting out our thuggy guy. We have actually put some equipment on one of our guys now here to see sort of what we are getting at, and Protection 12. We need something like Iron Skin to make him really good, or at least Stone Skin would be nice. But with a Stinger, he's doing really good damage, piercing damage. And yeah, he needs more stuff to be a Thug for sure. Rockeye has the other one because he has the Champion Skull that I'm sort of moving around between my Oracle of the Ancients, giving them a bit of experience. They are really important, so getting some experience on them is really nice. I could probably even have justified doing another Champion Skull, just to get a more experience on all of my, or more of my Oracle of the Ancients. It's a really good thing to do. Anything of note here? Let's see. Trying to remember all the things that we were doing. He and I did discuss whether we would do recordings as we were playing the 1v1. And I think I argued against it because it does take up extra time and, well, it's more organic. But this way I can squeeze more into one episode, so it's a little bit tricky. We might try that for the next 1v1. We are discussing doing another one. Searching in here, we're not going to be attacking any of the coastal provinces quite yet. I like doing plenty of scouts and having an idea of what my opponent is doing. Oh, and we see something here. Richard appears to be powerful as the Master Alchemist. So he is here. That's Richard. And I don't believe that we've seen his bless yet, so we can't really reconstruct what kind of guy he is. We are in turn 21, so he could be either awake or dormant, but not imprisoned. Our god is imprisoned, so he's not around yet, but here's Richard, and he's probably running around side-searching. This looks to me like a little bit of a rainbow pretender, with a bunch of different magic paths. He's just running around side-searching, making sure that he can get all the different gems that he needs to forge the items that we've been seeing. We know he has air items, and earth is something that Orm gets as a base. We can check out what they get as a base. They get 5 earth. So we know that he has air. That must... Oh, well, he can get that on his mages. But I'm pretty sure that this is sort of a little bit of a rainbow guy running around doing his thing. And, okay, so this here, we could have moved army over because of this. Well, they're amphibian anyway, so they would have been able to cross the river. But this happening here, I'm pretty sure that he would not stay with Richard. That's my assumption. So there's no reason to move over here, and he might even predict that move and move his army in, right? So instead I am going to be moving up to Bucketon, doing our logistics in the water. We are still not moving out of the capital to challenge this group. How much? I'm just curious. How much gold do I lose here? 50 gold, 90 gold. Then 2 of these is 14, so 104. And then 3 of these is 60, so 160 gold lost to attempting this raid. I'm not sure that's worth it at this point. Mainly because we couldn't have predicted what he was doing here. Losing these units. You also gotta consider that, okay, if I had kept the units, we pay upkeep for them, so it's not 160 gold lost because we are not paying upkeep for them. But if we want to have more units later, we need to recruit them again, and then that's the same cost, and we spare the upkeep only, and it's probably not worth doing that specific raid since we lost it. If we win it, then it's worth it. If we lose it, it's not. And the chance of losing it was probably higher in this case. Alright. We are picking up a little bit on the site searching thing. Still, it's just abysmal. We can have a look at magical resources here. Yeah, like, we are getting 10, 12 gems on turn 21. That is not a lot. But oh well, we are gonna keep our heads right. What's that saying? Like, I know I'm thinking of a Danish thing here, but whatever. we are gonna keep trying. We are now casting Ruark's Pact in the capital, which is nice. We get 2 of our magma children every turn with that cast. And it costs 2 gems to cast, so we can... our income in fire... sort of... what am I getting at here? It's paying for this Ruark's Pact every turn. And we'll be casting it every turn. So we won't be increasing our storage of fire gems, and we won't be burning into it either. Still searching for some nature as well, but we haven't found anything like that yet. And yeah. Starting to look a little bit shaky. We are being pushed by Ulm, and there hasn't been any major battles between us, except the one in the water. I guess you could say that I won that and I have control of the water. I'm raiding him back here, but we see this army. The fact that he has this army back here and still can manage to have this army up front, it's a little bit worrying. I don't like this move. I don't remember what happens here, so let's just find out, I suppose. The next turn I know is going to be a little bit interesting. So here we go. I'm excited. NT22. Alright, let's take it from the top. Construction is complete. So we are on level 3. I think that means Legions of Steel, right? Yes. We've seen he is using it. We can cast it with our Oracles of the Ancient without buffing them or anything, which is really, really good. And yeah, that's going to be helpful. Now we can cast Legions of Steel on our guys, and that's going to raise their protection to, I think, 19 for the Shard Guards. Really good. And we are on to Construction 4 next. We get Ruark's Pact done. We can go and have a look at those Magma Children. And then no magic sites were found, of course. Then there are some battles, and we are attacking in Bokaton. Let's start with that one. So here we are attacking into his fort, and it doesn't really have any PD. He really needs to put 6 PD if Sneed is watching. 6 PD prevents certain really low tier events from occurring, from having low PD. And it's like, I don't remember the exact cost of 6 PD. It's like 21 gold, I think. And compared to losing a province, like you only pay the price once, and if you lose the province just at any point to a random event that would have been prevented by 6 PD, you lose way more than 21 gold, and you lose production, especially in forts. It's a major difference. But whatever. Oh, we lose units here. Wait once, they're too fast, so they run in front. One important thing, and I didn't show it in the last episode, but look at this. Divine Blessing. Haha. So, Pebblehand is now scripted accurately. Oi. We are being attacked in the Blue Moss Forest. That is right next to our capital, so he's now in our capital circle here. We have some PD in here, but we cannot stop. 38 Black Knights. They will run forward, throw some rocks at their shields, and then they will promptly die to lance charges. Yeah. Alright, there was a battle in Titan's Breath Peaks. That is where we took a throne from him. So this is the army that he has at home, protecting his throne. Not a big deal. But these sappers, is it all sappers? No. Crossbowmen and sappers, yeah. Let's see, Titan's Breath Peaks. 68 crossbowmen. And the thing is, we can probably, with the army that we have here, kill the 18 Black Knights in melee. We have 45 Shard Guards or something like that. And there's 20 Black Lords and Knights. He even loses one of them. Look at that. For my 3 PD, this is 6 gold. I kill 1 Black Knight. Perfect. Very good. And he might even kill some of his own guys. With or hurt them at least. They take afflictions, you know, so definitely worth it. And the problem with our guys is that they are so super slow, which means that it will take them forever to reach the crossbowmen. And by the time that they reach the crossbowmen, we will have been hit by 68 bolts, arbalesting bolts, which are pretty significant. Armor piercing, so they half our armor and then they are piercing, so they take 20% off of half the armor. Yeah, That's 40% armor remaining off of the original 16 that we usually have. So, and then they do 15 damage. So they will hurt our guys, for sure. And 68 of them means that they will be hitting reliably, and it's not good. Like, I don't want to run into that kind of army if I can avoid it. But there's a battle in Ashington. Let's see if he moved his army in. I don't remember. Oh, he did. Okay, but it's not that bad. We might win this. Here's we get to see the crossbows in action. Okay, they don't kill anything on the first run here. We have some knights flanking here, but I think we are on attack closest. Right? Hold and attack closest. Yeah, so we are intercepting them here. And we can, I think, challenge these Black Knights, especially if we spread them out like this. This is super good. We get to kill some of them up here, we spread them out, kill some of them up here, and then we take out the lance charges with the chaff. We have more of them coming in here. Ah, this is bad. Okay. Our shard guards are going to be fighting tooth and nail. Well, we split them up, and our shard guards are at least together. He has a good amount of ranged units actually firing in. Who's casting Legions of Steel? We are casting Legions of Steel. I don't think he has mage support here. He does, okay. This guy here. Who does not have summon earth power, so he cannot do earth Legions of Steel, which is good. Now our shard guards, they are killing stuff. They are killing the Black Knights, and they are not taking as much damage as they are, so they are winning the melee here for the most part. Looks like, yeah. Look, this is exactly what we wanted. This is almost perfect. Very good. And we have enough chaff in the back that the knights didn't get to our Oracle of the Ancients. He's been hit by one bolt, looks like. And we are winning the melee. Up here, we're supporting with spells. They didn't break. We're just running towards these knights here. Oh, but they broke. Haha, that's not good. And now we are gonna have to move towards... Yeah, okay, so now the entire army breaks. Yeah, that's not good. But we killed all the Black Knights in the army and the good melee troops. The archers managed to scare us away. And we're so slow, so we lose a lot of shard guards running. Yeah, that's bad. Okay, so it's a sort of an even trade. We attacked, or we lost. Oh, and he killed our prophet, right. Yes, Vigius, our prophet, has died. The Oracle of the Ancients survived, so that's fine. That's a bad trade in the end. 9 shard guards to 2 Black Lords are really expensive. And he loses a lot more units. I think if you look at the trade, we win in gold. We lost the prophet. Oh, right, I think he actually had his prophet here. Right? Like a prophet battle. Yeah, Wrecker read the prophet. And he survives. And the Master Smith survives, but we killed. 1 Black Knight got away. The difference is that we lose cap-only sacreds. And they we only get like 5 of them per turn, so this is about 2 turns worth of shard guards. And these Black Knights, you cannot compare them in the same way, because he can just do them in every fort he has, and he has enough forts to, I think, max out his gold every turn on Black Knights. So that was our first sort of real skirmish, where I'd say we win, but it is at cost of cap sacreds and the prophet. The prophet doesn't matter. With him dead, we can now make one of the Oracle of the Ancients a prophet, which is actually what I wanted initially, so we're gonna be a few turns without a prophet, but we can still claim thrones because we have prophet type. I don't really feel that it's a bad thing. Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, you could have argued for just throwing the prophet away so that we could get a real good prophet. Should maybe even thrown him away earlier. It's a tough decision, but I think having him in the first 10-15 turns is good. But after that, you should probably even suicide him to get an Oracle of the Ancients as prophet. Anyway, so there's an unexpected event in Bokton. We are sieging this one and it gets a bunch of people. That's unfortunate since it's not our province. There's an unexpected event in Validon. An evil lord and his hirelings are trying to take over the land. You might recall the name of this province, and it is gonna be... I'm gonna show you in a second here. Let's just do that battle. That's a battle in Validon. You're like, oh, it's just okay. We're losing a province. What does it matter? We are not gonna win against this with any sort of PD. But hey, we have both a mage in here and a priest. Oh, and a commander and some units. And why do we have all of them in the same province? Well, we lose the fight. We killed 2 macemen. And that was here. And putting 2 and 2 together, weren't we building a fort sort of in this area? Oh yeah, we were building a fort, a temple, and a lab in this province. So a fort is 600 gold, and a lab is 500 gold, and a temple is 400 gold. So that's 1,500 gold that we were set up to spend in this province, and that would have resulted in a fort, a temple, and a lab in here. And it all died, including commander, mage, and priest, and a bunch of units, and the PD. And that is a little bit of a setback. This is a real tipping point turn, I think, because of this. This is really bad. Well, okay, well, let's go on. We have found a sneaking spy here in Blackdale. Okay, we were patrolling. Sneaking enemy. We found what? Independence, a star child. Oh, we had an event for him earlier. Okay, so we can patrol him out, apparently. It's a star child. Interesting. There must be like an Estel site in this province. So he will try to mind blast his way out of this, I guess. Starfires. Okay, he does some damage. I don't know if it results in any injuries. He didn't kill anything. And it didn't do any afflictions. Alright. This up here is bad. Like, and I know I said that I should have moved this army up here. That was not because I mean, I should still have done that. But apparently, I didn't recognize that we were in trouble here. I know we have misfortune 3. So, that's... If any argument could be made for moving the army that we had here up to Validon, it will probably be to protect the 1,500 gold that we had hanging in the air. So, lesson learned. Now here, we lost the fight, but we cost him a good amount. He's down to half his army size. We're sort of the same. We were recruiting crossbowmen here, so we have new ones, and we have him now here. He took an affliction, battle fright, despite his bless. So that's unfortunate. May also have contributed to the running away thing. But we are boosting the PD to 20, and then we will sit tight and search, and hope that he comes in with the troops that he has in Ashenton, and then we can punish him for that. Down by Bokton, we are being followed by this army. I'm just gonna move Pebblehand further up. Go to the Forest of Gun here. Not sure I like that move. Where could he go, right? He could go, and just to make you guys aware, he did move Richard up here. And now Richard is right here, so we could have attacked over here. And you know, it might even have been worth just going like this, and then sieging this fort, and then jump into the Typhian Sea here. Just walk across his land, be super annoying, and then end up in the Typhian Sea on the other side. It's dangerous, right? Because if we get routed anywhere along the line, then we would... Do we want to pop it? No. What does the message say for the critically damaged? We almost broke down the walls in one turn with our 269. siege strength, which is really cool, but not good enough, I suppose. We end up going up to Forest of Gun here, which is empty, and it's just to be annoying. We go to Fell Woods, may have been a better play, and then I think my thinking here is that I would go to Forest of Gun, then Feral Woods, and then we can jump into the Velvet Ocean. And just be annoying with this army, but it's not really achieving anything other than costing him gold. Shutting down production, I suppose, is fine. Oh, I just want to see. Yeah, we took some attrition. Okay, it's not that bad. As long as it's not shot guards. Now, over here in the High Ocean, Gemthought is now about to die, I think. He's down to 12 hit points. But we are moving everything we have here into Neotha here. So this is our army. An amphibian raiding force. He doesn't really have anything nearby. We have spies and everything here. So we can tell that there are no real armies nearby. And we'll be claiming Neotha here. Just to be, again, annoying and sabotage his backline. And again, if we can take Neotha and then take Anoria, none of these provinces up here will give any income. Oh, and we are in fact attacking in Woni. I think I remember this one here. This is a big mistake. I intended to attack with everything we had in Blackdale, but I end up only moving the mercenaries out. So we are not getting the support of the rest of the army here. If we had moved everything in, would have been a stronger force. But we end up only moving the mercenaries in alone. No mage support, nothing. We were supposed to bring the troops here, and at least I think 1 or 2 mages would have been nice to guarantee this here. But if we win these 2 battles, we would cut off the income from all of this up here. He moved into Blue Moss, which is really interesting. We are attacking in Blue Moss with what we have in the capital at this point. So let's have a look at it. It's 25 shotguns, which does not amount to the 38 Black Knights. We get 5 magma jars per cast of Works Pact. So for 2 fire gems, you get 5 of these babies here. They have 17 hit points, bad protection, but good magic resistance, bad attack skill and defense skill. But the attack skill doesn't really matter, because if you look at Flame Strike, this attack is really interesting. It's not an attack. It says attack 11, but it attacks the entire square area effect. And I think they are every inside in the area effect will be hit automatically. No attack or defense rolls will be made. So Black Knights for all their high defense skill, 13. Okay, not that high. Whatever. They don't get a roll, and we attack everything in a square at a time, which is super badass. So we have magma children now. Really, really cool. A bunch of chaff. We have more chaff, and we have 2 of our oracles of the ancients moving out. They are casting Legions of Steel. One of them is doing Summon Earth Power. I don't know why I wouldn't script that up on Rock Eye here as well. One of them is kitted out as sort of a little bit of a thug, which raises his encumbrance. So that's from the shield only. It's 2 encumbrance. Well, we have reinvigoration in our blessing as such, so I'm not super worried. We will see next turn. Try to keep an eye on his fatigue levels. I feel rather confident here. We have mage support, he doesn't, and we have more units and 25 shotguns. Now, I don't like my setup here looking at it right now. First of all, we should probably have done a line instead of double line. I think the intention here and at that time was to let him clash into my shotguns first and then have the rest of the chaff sort of surround them. But as we have established, lance charges only work once per battle, and it's super important that they get absorbed by the chaff. So I think the right call would have been something like this. They are a little bit faster than the shotguns, so like this, they get to overtake the shotguns a little bit before the Black Knights hit. They will engage, they will get surrounded, and then the shard guards will shuffle in and start murdering them really quickly. The problem with magma children, and we can discuss that now, is that they give heat off of them, and that is cool, but we do not have fire resistance on any of our units except magma children. So we cannot sort of mix them in like this. This would be nice. They would, whenever they would shuffle in, they would just murder everything. The problem with them alone is that they are pretty brittle. So if they get attacked, they die. If they get hit by a crossbow fire or anything, they die. They don't have good protection, and they only have decent hit points. But they have fire shields, so that's nice. And they have that area attack. So you want them to be able to attack, but not get hit. But we can't mix them in with chaff, because then they just fatigue them out and burn them. Now, if I ever play Agartha again, I will probably be a little bit more aware. It depends on the opponent. If it's a busier you're fighting, you might not want them. But for whatever nations against Ulm, for example, I would probably mix in some sort of fire resistance in the Bless, so that you could argue for mixing them in, or just make sure that you put in... I don't know that we have any spells at this point that can give us fire resistance. No, we can't really. But later on we can. I think stuffing it into the Bless, just 5 minor fire resistance would be enough, that you can mix them in with the troops. At least the Sacreds. And that would be really cool. But we have a real problem here, is that I can't really... While they are super good against Ulm, they cannot really combo with the other troops. So we have to use them separately. This solution here is to put them on hold and attack rear. So they attack sort of around and try to isolate some units and kill them away from the other units that we own. Okay, and we are like looking at this here, this setback. We were supposed to have a fort with a lab and a temple in here in Valadun right now. And instead we lost the province. So now I'm looking at it, and it's not looking good. We are doing okay over here, and I don't think the war is lost at this point. But from looking sort of even, it's looking to, at this point, being in Ulm's favor. Now we are about to have an important battle here, unless he moves out. He might move these Black Blade infantries up to support. And you can imagine that this fight, since he has more Black Knights than I have Shard Guard, it's a little bit dicey. We're getting a Golem Crafter in here to double up on Ruex Pact, so we can cast 2 Ruex Pact per turn, I think. Or I might end up sending him out to site search. Did we find any new magic signs? We did not. Okay. Worldwide event is secured. During nighttime, green lights can be seen dancing in the sky, and mages have reported a worldwide surge of magic. This is what one of our Earth Readers predicted, and it's not super useful. Like, worldwide magic +1. Whoop-de-doo. The only good thing, I mean, it is a good thing, because Ulm does not benefit from magic in Dominion, and we do. We had 2 before, now we have 3, or do we only have 1 in the Bless? I don't remember. But we didn't have 3, so we get more research out of it, which is nice. We're forging a black steel helmet here, 1 more of those. Oh, and I didn't assign the champion skull this turn. That's a mistake. Oh. Yeah. If we play this again, I have to insist that we take it slower next time, because I want to do a little bit better than I mean, he's probably pressured too, so it's even at least, but I like taking my time with Dominions 5 and not rushing it too much. So we were doing several turns in a day, which was really cool. It was really nice playing a lot of Dominions, because I've been having all these games that take several months to play. And this was a nice change of pace. But it is a little bit different. Alright, he lost this province, I think. Or he hasn't taken it yet. No, if it's Wolves, he definitely lost it to an event. So that's nice. We can see his bless here, or his dominion. So he has order 3, productivity 3, cold 2, so he's in the opposite domain of temperature. We should have seen that by all the snow, of course. Growth 3, misfortune 3, and drain 3, of course. Alright, so his bless is very similar. He's dumped a scale in temperature like we have, and then everything is the same except magic, because he cannot benefit from magic and he doesn't take penalties from drain. Otherwise, we had exactly the same bless, which is interesting. And we have Richard over here. I really hope he moves away from this because of this, and that I couldn't have killed him here. I'm assuming that he does not take the chance of making Richard stay here to side search when we have the army right next to them. So, I think that's sort of it for this turn. This was turn 22, so we've done 2 for this episode. So I'll cut it off here. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you're enjoying this 1v1. Stay tuned for more, and see you in the next one. See you next time. Bye-bye.